Welcome to Experian Exchange, featuring exclusive interviews with all the latest news and insights with Experian's business leaders. Hello and welcome to Experian Exchange. I'm Irani. Data drives modern business, especially in the age of AI, where its quality makes or breaks performance. But are companies truly treating data like the strategic asset that it is? Well, joining me now is Andrew Abraham, Global Managing Director of Data Quality at Experian. So can you answer that question for us? In your opinion, are companies truly treating data like the strategic asset that it is?
So I think conceptually that businesses understand the power of the data that they sit on, but the level of understanding and the sort of practical use I think does vary. So not all companies have clear strategies, for example, to turn data into actionable insights. And then there's also the sort of question of trust in their data as well. So, is the data accurate? Is it complete? I think then the final piece as well is around data volumes, right? So there's been an explosion of data if you think about digitization, what happened during the pandemic and post-pandemic. So ultimately all of that can mean that data can become a liability quite quickly as well. So it can result in poor decision making, it can result into issues with compliance and ultimately revenue impact.
So with that in mind, Andrew, what do you tell your customers about how their businesses can better leverage data and technology?
As innovation is accelerating, the fundamentals are still the most important thing. Data quality, data governance, and ultimately trustworthiness will be essential. They're no longer optional.
So can you share some examples that you've seen from your clients? What are some business best practices when it comes to managing data?
Well, we help our clients to understand that data governance doesn't have to be a bureaucratic process. It doesn't have to be about lengthy implementation times and endless red tapes. Good data quality and robust data governance can be relatively straightforward. Businesses need to focus on data accuracy, completeness, timeliness, and then they also need to think about having the right tooling and technology as well. So generally my advice is select tooling that will allow you to implement it and scale it rapidly. Think about having, a data literate team and processes. And when you're thinking about working with partners as well, make sure you understand the tooling that they're using and that they're conforming to the standards that you work with as well.
So AI is clearly playing a big role in society today. Why is data so important when businesses are looking at AI?
AI's potential comes from its ability to analyze vast amounts of data rapidly. And really it's data actually that fuels models, insights and decisions. And so for AI models to function effectively, they rely upon relevant, complete and accurate data. Without that, you really run the risk of increased bias or hallucinations where you get an inaccurate or invalid answer from the model, right, driven by poor data in. And I think it's also really important for compliance with regulations as well, that you've got the right foundations in there, particularly in more strictly regulated industries.
So what are some emerging technologies or tools that businesses should be looking at to help them improve their data quality and management practices?
So I think a good example is GenAI augmented data preparation. So many businesses spend an awful amount of time and manual effort preparing data for modeling or for AI work. GenAI will help streamline that data preparation. And I think a really important part of that as well is educating your workforce to be data literate and investing in that as well, and trying to build a data-centric culture and environment too.
So what is a big focus or some of the big trends that you're watching out for in the coming years?
So I think firstly, organizations are now really embracing data democratization. So that's about empowering business users in departments to be able to derive value from the data that they own within their team, rather than relying upon enterprise IT and complex systems to help fuel that. I think the second trend I'd call out as well is around real-time data quality, replacing batch processing, so you can kind of get instant results, instant understanding of data quality issues. If I think about our environment within Experian, so we manage and protect 12 terabytes of data, so that's 12 billion megabytes of data for over 1 billion consumers around the world. And we use our own Aperture Data Studio tooling to help manage that. And Aperture's been designed to work with business users as well as advanced users alike. And a really important thing is that Aperture is also integral to Experian's Ascend platform. So with Ascend, what we've done is we've collated the breadth of Experian's data set with our sophisticated software systems. We've packaged that in one platform with surrounding analytics. And so what that means is that our clients, if they access that, they can make all of the pieces work together seamlessly, and it guarantees that there's strong data governance and quality underpinning it as well.
And having everything in one place helps as well, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Andrew Abram, thank you so much for your time. It was great having you on Experian Exchange.